do you find as though it was the right path for you? And like, what were some really good things that you liked about that experience? And then maybe like, what are some negatives that you didn't necessarily like about that you just kind of alluded to right there?
So the thing about me is, like, again, what my teacher did, if it bothers me or like gets in my head, I'm going to try to fix it. So with film school, the first 2 years, we did nothing. It was literally, I mean, it's probably the same way with every degree.
When you say nothing, like, are you talking like you were just like learning like tactics and skills and all that, like a lot of like notebook type work?
Yes, but
Okay.
It was also more like you had to take your general education classes. So you're still learning science, you're still learning math. And obviously you have to get those out of the way.
Did you have to take a language, by the way?
No, I just had to do that in high school.
See, I took Spanish in high school, and then I made the mistake of taking French in college. And
why'd you switch?
Because I would have tested. I took like 3 years of Spanish in high school, and I would have tested into like the most advanced. So I tried to like just like pretend like I didn't know anything on this like written entry test, but didn't work. And they tested me in, so they were like, "Hey, you can either start at like level like 5 Spanish." Or you can start from scratch. Side note, anyways.
I know.
Continue, sorry.
No, you're good. That's what happened to me is because I took German for like 7 years. And then in college, I was like, originally freshman year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to minor in German just for fun. And then, so I got into like the German where I was supposed to be. And it was too hard. So I dropped it. But
so those first 2 years, more like getting used to the college environment, all that kind of stuff. So fast forward into the last two.
Fast forward into the last two, I was finally driven insane about how we were learning the same thing over and over, and we weren't doing anything. They tried to like say that they didn't want the hands-on stuff yet. You need to obviously learn the basics before you can do the hands-on. But again, their main goal is to get you into Hollywood, and I didn't want to go there. So I spent all my time trying to figure out how do I go where I want to go, which is into sports. So.
What did you find like most effective then? Like how'd you get into sports then?
I was trying to figure out anything I could do to get there. So I started working at I went to ASU, so I started working at the gym there. And then I was just honestly connections. I know that people say that. I know that it's cheesy.
No, it's true. That's how we met each other. It's like same type
literally
of thing.
from the ASU gym. Because you want to talk to people, you want to figure out where can I go with this, So what I did is I started like connecting with the guy who's in charge of sports clubs. And I was like, even though I'm not getting paid, I just want to. Please let me film your hockey teams. Please let me film everything. And so I started filming hockey because that's my favorite.
What was like the pitch to that individual coach?
So basically what happened is freshman year, I emailed every single coach, every single club coach, every single NCAA coach.
Wow.
No response.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, I reached out to Sun Devil Athletics internship program.
Okay.
No response. Junior year, I was getting frustrated. That's when I got the job at the ASU gym. And basically, I just got to know the guy who was in charge of club sports. And then also I knew the guy who was in charge of marketing at the SDFC. So he hired me on for marketing. And then that put me in the position of where I can talk to the guy in charge of club sports. And I was like, hey, just for fun, can you put me in contact with the coaches for hockey, like just stuff like that. And then he put me in contact with them and was like, just let Erin go to the games. Like, she's not going to bother you, just let her go. Like, she only wants to build her portfolio. And that's why I did it, was because, again, everything you shoot is experience. So everything you shoot makes you better. And that wasn't anything I was learning in class, just because I kept learning the same thing over and over and over. And I need the degree to get a job, but it's not necessarily helpful in the way that it's what I want to do. Yeah,
I mean, my philosophy, learn by doing. Like I'm a huge proponent on that, because it's like you can sit there until you're blue in the face, and whether it's a traditional school setting or you're on YouTube just like trying to figure out how to use a camera, like you have to go and do stuff in order to like have that sink in. Some people are, can pull that off on the textbook side, but that's not me. I was never that way. So you got to learn, you got to know how you learn and how you can actually better yourself. And it's different for every single person. I love that idea. So.